today we are celebrating because we get a wonderful news. We woke up to a wonderful news. Cheers! Right now, the situation is very stressful, so we really value every single good news. So this one, right this moment, it feels like giving us a jolt of energy, really, because the news is that Chris Claremont, who wrote the Uncanny X-Men comic book series for decades, is coming to the ComicCon in Budapest. And I've been living in London for years, but I'm from Budapest, and I haven't been back lately too much, but I used to go there like 3, 4, 5, even 7 times a year. And this ComicCon gonna take place in a weekend in the summertime, in June 14th and 15th of June, Budapest ComicCon. And it was absolutely lovely to see that Chris Claremont is there. Immediately, everyone commented on it, that basically we grow up with this man because he wrote the X-Men, and obviously not many comic book titles was available at the time when we grow up. It was obviously Batman, Superman, and from the Marvel side of things it was Amazing Spider-Man and X-Men. So basically that was it. Absolutely nothing else was available at the time, but X-Men was. So basically like 99% of the X-Men series that was published when I was a child was written by Chris Claremont. And later, I left my country. I worked in 5 different countries, and I started to read in different languages, obviously in the original language as well. And my family was sending me original American issues as well. And I was so happy that they choose to publish the Chris Claremont X-Men series in Hungarian, and I could never imagine in a million years that because that man is retired long time ago. He must be in his 70s or 80s, and he decided to come over to Hungary for the ComicCon. It is such an exciting news, and the timing of it, because this man, and when we went abroad, we had access to every single issue of the X-Men series and other comic books as well. And in the beginning everything was written by Stan Lee, and then this guy Chris Claremont took over the X-Men series, and it was such a different, he was such a different creator. When you were reading the comic books, and if you look at the similarities to, for example, the series that went on the TV, you knew that this comic book series was way ahead of its time, like 20 years ahead at least. I think until the series, the iconic series Lost was on TV, until that moment X-Men was way ahead of its time. And at some point, so they were publishing X-Men written by Chris Claremont, and Amazing Spider-Man had the last 10 pages from the Chris Claremont written series. It was a mini-series, the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. So basically whatever comic books you went to the shop to buy, it had Chris Claremont material in it. And I don't think anyone mind that. And right now in April, that series what I just mentioned, this mini series, gonna get a sequel. So he got out of retirement not just to come and visit the Budapest ComicCon, but to create the sequel for Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. And it's a very interesting time when he accepted the invitation, because in Budapest, where the ComicCon will take place, has a protest. Every single Tuesday they block bridges because they protest against the ban of Pride. And you know, he's writing right now the series called Kitty, Pryde and Wolverine, and he's going to a country, going to the city where the Pride, the event, is banned and people protesting against it. So it's such an interesting moment to accept this. I remember that from all the comic books that was published in Hungary, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine was the one we talked the most about, because if I need to choose one thing that he was very good, and still very good, I'm sure of it, that how he portrays when a character is changing into a different character, becomes something not necessarily better, something different. And it was very interesting, you know, for us, because nobody else apart from Chris Claremont worked on these themes. He was the only one, and he's coming to Budapest in June. Oh my god, what a wonderful time! It's 2025.